How's it going, guys? Alex here. Welcome back to another SSR analysis video, and today on an LR analysis video, and a lot of people have called me out on that. And today we are going to go ahead and take a look at Goku Black, Super Saiyan Rose, and Zamasu. And wow, what a surprise this was when these guys were announced, or leaked, or data mined, whatever you want to call it. Wow, the surprise. It was just, it's just such a freaking surprise. And because Goku Black and Zamasu are like my favourite villains, it was just like, wow, this is actually happening already. Of course, they are, one of the most requested LRs in the game. I definitely knew that they would come eventually, but I didn't expect them to come this soon. So the fact that they already came out is great, and RNGs has blessed me. If you haven't seen that video already, go ahead and check it out. I'll leave the links at the end. But yeah, I love the art. Probably my favourite art in the game. The way they put it together is just incredible. I absolutely love the way that it looks, and potential card art video for this card in particular. But yeah, hope you guys are having a great day as always, and if you do enjoy today's video, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new. And let's just go ahead and jump straight into the card. So he does give, or they give, I'm gonna get confused. They give a 90% stat boost to, tech types, as well as a free key boost. And it's not just to super types or just to extreme types. It's to both types. They both get that 90% and free key. His 12 keys. I see what I mean. I'm gonna get confused. The 12 key super attack causes colossal damage to the enemy and raises defense for 3 turns. And then the 18 key super attack causes mega colossal damage and raises defense for 6 turns. Okay, so instantly this guy or they are going to be ridiculous tanks, especially because of how high their defensive stats is. It's currently at 9,000. So when you take into account the boost from the leader skill and the boost that they are going to get from the super attack mechanic, their defense is going to be super damn high, and if you give them enough ability system buffs, they could potentially tank super attacks relatively well. Again, it comes down to how high that defensive stat can get, and of course on the support units that you have around you. But a passive skill is definitely one of the most interesting things about the card, and it makes sense based on what happens in the anime, and I personally like it. And I'm definitely going to have to get a bit of feedback from you guys regarding this, especially those of you that have Super 17. So, to quickly go over the passive, at the start of the turn, they recover 15% of your total health, and for every time that they are attacked, you get a 30% attack boost, and the max is 120%. So in total, they could potentially be getting a 120% attack boost. But for the Super 17 owners, or if you've used them before, let me know this. I'm pretty sure that this is the way that it works now, especially because of the way that they change, the whole Kaiko mechanic thing. When a phase changes, it's still active. Does it stay active after that particular turn? So let's say that my Super Saiyan Rose, Goku Black, and Zamasu was to get attacks 4 times in a turn, thus taking their attack to 120%. Would that reset until they came back, and they would have to get attacked again to get to that point? Or to a different point, maybe they get attacked 2 times second time round, or does it stay active for the entirety of that specific stage? So let's say that I'll get attacked 4 times in the first stage of an event, which would take their attack up to 120%. Would that stay active for the duration of the event, or would I then have to get attacked again when they come back? I'm pretty sure that it doesn't reset because, like I said before, they changed the way that certain super attack mechanics work and passive skills. So if that is the case, definitely let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm pretty sure that is the way it works. Because you take a look at the defensive mechanic or Super Saiyan for Goku, and that doesn't reset with every single phase change. But this is different. So I have seen a few people use Super 17, but if it doesn't reset after every single turn and it's active for the duration of the event, of course, I honestly don't see this being a big problem, especially with how many times the bosses in the event actually attack. So definitely going to be able to try him out in the coming days as soon as I farm the super attack, and of course do what I need to do with the guy. But moving on to the Link skills, he has Fear and Faith, Nightmare, and I said he again, Nightmare, Prepared for Battle, Dismal Future, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. They could have potentially made him better. One link that I'm honestly surprised that is not here is the Super Saiyan link, and that definitely could have been part of this. And it's a shame that it's not, because it could have given him, like, what, an additional 10%. And because of the teams that you're going to construct with this particular unit, that link definitely would have been helpful, especially when you are linking up with other Saiyans, for example. If you're going to run a double LR merge Zamasu and Goku Black lead, you're most likely most likely going to run a unit like, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Broly. Of course, you have Super Saiyan 3 Goku as well. You just have other Super Saiyan units, right? And when it comes to the Super Saiyan 3 Broly lead, which is potentially going to be the Extreme Tech type lead, he could have been linking up even better with Broly because he does have that Super Saiyan link, and I don't believe that there are other, you know, Extreme Tech Super Saiyan, so that would have been a decent combination, and, you know, having that additional link would be nice. But it's not to say that his link set is bad. His link set is absolutely incredible. It's definitely one of the best, if not the best, link sets. I wouldn't say he has the best passive. To be honest, it's debatable. The reason why I say that is because, like, his passive and link set, or one of his links, kind of counteract each other. And the reason why I say this is because you have the Big Bad Boss's link, which activates when you are below a certain percentage in terms of health. But when you are consistently recovering 15% and, you know, tanking like every single turn, it's going to be hard to get below that. But then again, if you're consistently tanking, it shouldn't be that hard to maintain that, you know, that restriction. And it's not like other links where it has to activate at the start of the turn. The thing about the Big Bad Boss's link is that if you get attacks at the start of the turn or in the middle of the turn or whatever, it will still activate as long as it gets below that certain percentage in time, so to speak. So let's say I have Merging Marcy and Rose in that third slot and I get attacked like 3 times, thus putting me below that restriction to activate that link. It will still activate that attack and defensive boost, thus, you know, giving him the attack boost of course, and defensive boost, which that link actually gives, which makes it one of the best links in the game, of course. But he still has Fear and Faith, which is a great villain link. He has Nightmare, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. I don't know who he is going to share that with apart from LR Goku. It'll be interesting to see how well these guys actually fit in the, you know, villain team. And unfortunately, because I do not have Broly on Global, I won't be able to try that out. But I'm definitely going to try him out on my villain team, and it'll be interesting to see how well different teams work. And I definitely feel like you have a lot of variety. I still unfortunately do not have Super Saiyan Bardock, and we all know how well Super Saiyan Bardock works with LR Goku, pardon me. So I would imagine that he does work super well with a unit like LR Goku, Black, Super Saiyan Rose, and Zamasu. So that partnership could definitely be something that you could play around with if you want to consistently get that 18 key super attack off. Definitely pair him up with Bardock. Again, like I said before, I unfortunately do not have him, and he is not featured on his double rates man. I'm pretty sure every single Super Saiyan Bardock is featured, apart from the tech type. But hopefully, when the tech type, you know, type banner does come back around, I'll go ahead and try to summon for him. But they will most likely release the agility and I believe it's STR type characters next, you know, the 40% ones. But overall, definitely a very interesting card. His free ability, of course, is critical hit. And when it comes to being the best LR, I don't know. Like, Gohan is just so freaking overpowered because of that passive. Like, he is self-sufficient. He doesn't exactly have a, you know, he doesn't have a limit to his attacking weight. Of course, he can only collect a certain amount of orbs, but when you have a unit like Super Saiyan Rage Strong supporting him as well, who changes orbs, it's just hard to compete. Gohan's biggest letdown is the fact that his free ability is dodge, of course, so that is one of the reasons why Rose and Broly could potentially be better. In terms of damage, they can definitely outdamage Gohan. Again, it just depends on how many orbs Gohan picks up. But in the end, I honestly feel like it's just completely subjective. I think there are certain situations where one unit could potentially be better than the other. I mentioned this in my Broly versus LR Gohan video, and there are specific situations where Broly can actually be better than LR Gohan. And I definitely feel like the same applies for Rose. Rose and Zamasu, pardon me. When it comes to defense, they are probably the best out of any legendary rares, maybe even Piccolo, just because of that defensive boost that they do get. Their defensive stat isn't as high, and of course they don't give that defensive boost to your allies. But I feel like in terms of defense, they could potentially be better. Just again, it comes down to how high that defensive raise is. Granted, Piccolo does consistently get that, but Piccolo's kind of fallen off now a bit just because defense isn't as relevant. And again, this is one of the reasons why Rose and Zamasu could potentially be better in the future. If the meta goes back to being a bit more defensive, they can definitely push themselves up that LR list and, of course, being the best units in the game. But in the current meta that we are in, it's more about attack more than anything. Granted, it's still nice to have the ability to survive multiple attacks, but when it comes to just raw defense, it just isn't as viable. It's not that it's not as viable, but it's just not as important as it was before. But hopefully we will make a bit of a switch, and both defense and attack will be relevant at the same time. Just find a good balance. But overall, incredible card. I know a few people are a bit underwhelmed, but as soon as I showcase this guy, hopefully we will have a better understanding of what this guy can actually do. Definitely looking forward to it. Incredible link set, incredible leader skill, incredible super attack mechanic. I definitely feel like they could have made a super attack animations a bit better, but that's not the point. Yeah, that passive skill, which I honestly am a big fan of, because you're going to consistently be recovering 15% of your total health, which is massive, and it basically makes you immortal, right? Because how are you supposed to die if you're consistently defending those attacks, you're hitting hard, and you're recovering health at the same time, and you can still run a Transcendent Ultra Rare version in the exact same team? Absolutely insane. But overall, incredible card. I personally love it, love the art. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this particular card. Did you pull him? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the next one.